conceptual.
Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Rick dropping in on you. It's Dr. Rick dropping in on you. Hope everybody is having a great start to your week. Hopefully your year has gotten off to a great start. Look, I'm sitting in here and I'm on the back end of a 2-week mental health break. One of the best things that I could have done. I've been pushing and pushing and pushing. Before I get started, I want to make sure everybody knows we're back on schedule. This is Monday. So we're going to be talking today about the power of affiliate marketing. You don't want to miss that. I'm going to show you how without your own product, without your own plan, a strategy, or service, you can still earn money on the internet. You can still earn money online. I'm really big right now, especially with all the turbulence in global financial markets, on having multiple streams of income that are in diverse areas. In other words, no matter how good you're at it, something, you should have other things that are going on that can hedge your primary income. And so we're going to talk about that today. But on the front end of this, I just want to make, like I said, I'm on the second week of a 2-week mental health break that was so necessary. What I am definitely going to be doing is I'm going to schedule at least a couple of more of these throughout this year. There's so much given to grind and hustle. Everybody's talking about being on the grind. Everybody's talking about grinding. And you need to wake up in the morning and you need to be focused and you need to put in the work. I've done that for year after year after year after year. But what you also need to be able to do is exhale. You need to be able to breathe. You need to be able to step back from it all, because no matter how adept you are, no matter how much you know, no matter how experienced you are, you're going to meet challenges. And in something like what I do, where a big part of what I do as a person is also what I am as a business owner, and it's helping other people. And then I'm an empath. I'm constantly taking on what other people are dealing with. I'm constantly taking on the challenges that my clients are facing. And whether it's a mental health challenge, whether it's a business challenge, whether it's a financial challenge, whether it's just simply, I want to take my life to the next level, I'm carrying it because I'm an empath. And I needed it. So I stepped back from my clients for a couple of weeks. First time I've done that in years, where I've taken an entire week off, and then it ended up being 2 weeks. But I'm telling you, something that everybody needs. You need to take care of yourself. I don't care how much you want to help people. I don't care how good you're at it. If you don't take care of you, you won't be able to take care of them. It's that serious. Whether you're a parent, whether you're a spouse, whether you a business owner, whatever it is, you need to take care of you. And I don't mean that in a selfish way. I don't mean that in screw everybody else. I mean, step back and make sure you're okay. Make sure that everything is where it needs to be. Be okay with not being okay enough to step back and say, hey, look, I need a break. I need to breathe. I need to sit up and get myself together. Sometimes when you do it, things open up. But I just want to share that with you, because people get the idea that people who are doing things in certain areas on certain levels don't have problems, don't have situations. And I'm telling you, I don't know anybody without problems. Matter of fact, one of the things I did last week is I reached out to people, and I found out a lot of people who in the public eye are seen as being highly successful are having issues. That's real life. And success isn't the avoidance of negative circumstance. Success is the persistent navigation of negative circumstances until you achieve the circumstance you desire. With that being said, let's move. This is Money Monday. And the first thing I want to do is tell you, obviously, that if you have not joined the Legacy Wealth 6-month masterclass, you definitely want to, mastermind class, you definitely want to do that. The information on that is in the box. Let me explain something to you. I do a lot of things. I work with clients that have a platinum package where I work with clients for an entire 12 months. I have clients who have read up on that package multiple times because they get results. I have a bronze package. I have the 7-day online business course where you can literally learn how to create an online revenue stream in 7 days or less. And that's going to be real important with what we're talking about with affiliate marketing. But if a person would ask me right now, with everything that you offer, what would be the biggest move or the best move with the most value? And without even thinking, I would say legacy wealth. And the reason being is, yes, if you're looking to take your life to the next level, you want the platinum package. You want to work with me for a year. I'm going to get that done. If you're looking to get a great start on getting your life in order, the bronze package will work with you. But if you are a person that's saying, you know what, I need to be more focused on making sure my financial future is in order, so that I can take care of my family, so that I can teach my family, so that they can teach, and so that we can broaden the capacity of ourselves and the people we care about, and those within our periphery, those within our collectives and communities and races and on out. Then I need to take this, and here's why. Within this 6-month period, I'm not telling you you're going to be rich. I'm not telling you. What I'm telling you is you will have the capacity to understand money, understand wealth building, understand what's been working against you, understanding how your own thinking has been working against you, understand all the mechanisms that's available to you, whether you're white, black, purple, green, or blue, understand what's been working against you, regardless of whether you're white, black, purple, green, or blue, and all of these other things. The list is in the description box. Let me see. I'm going to go over a couple of them. You're going to have more than 10 guides on diversity and investment. You're going to have a one-on-one consultation with a trust advisor. You need to be building trust to protect your assets. I'm not going to get into it. I teach it in the class, and I bring other people in to teach on it as well. There's a course on the importance of insurance as a wealth building mechanism. It's one of the things we miss tremendously. And I'm not just talking about life insurance. Tap the power of compound growth. Everybody needs to be tapping into the power of compound growth. The 10 commandments of wealth building, passive income guide and class, asset protection guide and class, 7 steps to financial freedom course, shattering the 9 myths about money, know the price of your dream. So many people want something but don't have a clue of what it costs. And if you don't have a clue what it costs, you can't plan for it. The importance of timing, the psychology of success, and so much more. This is going to be in this guide. It's going to be there. And as I'll tell anybody, no, I am not a licensed advisor. Even though I have been licensed, I am not a licensed advisor. But I yearly out earn the average licensed advisor yearly. I'm not one that goes out and talks about money, but I yearly out earn the average advisor. So the people that are telling you how to spend your money and how to do all that, I out earn them. So that's that. Now, and I'm not saying that to Brett. I'm saying that sometimes it's not in the title, it's not in the licensing, it's not in the credentials, it's in the experience, it's in the ability to teach it. And this is what I do with my clients on a regular basis. So if you're serious about changing your life and you're and growing and learning, this is what you need to do. This is the beginning of it. People lose because they don't know the rules of the game. And that's not just in money, that's in everything. People are manipulated because they don't know the rules of the games in politics, in money, in academics, in business. If you don't know how to play the game, you get taken advantage of every time. People are literally winning. So much of the financial industry, not all, because I believe in universal and overwhelming abundance. I don't believe that that God created the universe around lack. I think he created it around abundance. But when you're operating in a world of capitalism, most of this game is played on a zero sum basis. What's the zero sum basis? For somebody to win, somebody's losing, especially in the stock market. For somebody to win, somebody had to lose. And normally how that works is somebody has depreciating stocks and they sell. The moment they sell, they realize the loss in those depreciating stocks, but they sell it to somebody who had the wherewithal to know that that stock would recover. So they brought it at a discount because it had dropped in price. Then they turn around and they hold it so it appreciates again once the market corrects itself. It does Every 4 or 5 years, it corrects itself one or two ways. When it becomes overinflated, even to the point where it's airing up on hyperinflation or hyperinflated values on certain things, eventually the market corrects. And if it's a super thing, then the bubble pops. And all that bubble is full of air of false appreciation in assets across any particular industry or multiple industries globally. And so what happens is the market corrects. All you're doing is sitting up and trusting that the companies you're investing in, if you're a long-term investor, which I advise you to be, is that the companies I'm invested in are going to be okay through all of this. You hold them, but people get scared. Ray Dalio once said that the stock market is the only place where people panic when something goes on sale. That's all prices dropping is. When you understand the market, when you understand companies, when you're able to read financials, when you're able to look at historical performance, you're able to see how companies perform over time. So you don't panic because it's bad. Everybody goes through bad times in finance, in life, in relationships, in business. There's no such thing. You get on it and you just coast through and everything's great. And the idea that that's how life works is what gets so many people off the rail before they reach their purpose and reach their dream and reach their aspirations and touch the dream. It's about being consistently pursuing something, even when you keep getting knocked off. If you actually look at the cybernetic mechanisms of autopilot. You look at a plane and you look at the cybernetic mechanisms of an autopilot. When you get that plane in the air and the pilot gets off the controls and puts it on autopilot, the destination is programmed through GPS programming. And what will happen is the wind and turbulence and everything will push that plane off its course 100 times over a 2-hour flight. And all the mechanism does is readjust, bring it back in and go. That's life. If you think that you just get on this track and nothing bumps you off, then that's why you're so frustrated. That's why you keep getting off before you win. Find you a path. Get yourself focused on it and understand that there's a journey in front of you and that it won't always be smooth. It won't always look the way that it's portrayed in the media, the way it's portrayed by all the experts in the groups. I'm telling you from experience that sometimes people are going to look at you and go, man, what the heck are they doing? But you got to know your path. You got to know who you are. And that's the psychology of it. It's not just about X's and O's. It's not just about numbers and decimals. It's about understanding that this is a process like everything else in life. Well, with that being said, look, get on there. But the reason I'm here to talk about it, if you want to be a part of this, look, I'm telling you, for under $1,000, you're going to get a course that is going to give you more information, teach you things that aren't being taught in colleges for finance. I'm telling you, there's so much that's not being taught because the idea isn't to teach people to become wealthy. The idea is to teach people to earn a living so that other people get wealthy. And you have to understand this. If you're going to build wealth 9 times out of 10, unless you do something exceptionally extraordinary in an industry where there's a high payout, athletes, celebrities, but everything else, you're going to have to build it. You're going to have to build a business if you want to go that route. If you're going to public speaking, you're going to have to start somewhere. No matter where it is, you're going to have to start somewhere and you're going to have to build it because the average company isn't paying $1 million plus a year salaries unless you're a CEO. And then you still had to build the career around a different focus because you think for every company that's got every corporation got a CEO, they got thousands of employees that will never, ever sit in that seat, never, ever even get on that floor because they aren't in the same mental capacity. And it doesn't mean that they started further back than the guy who's in the chair. There's some guys in CEO seats that started from poverty. Now, obviously, those who start with an understanding of corporate America, understanding of money, understanding of finance, understanding how to scale companies, grow companies, change directions of companies, create new cultures in companies. Those are your leaders. Those who are able to develop leadership qualities are those who are going to be able to step into CEO roles and get paid millions of dollars. But it isn't even the millions they get paid. It's what they do with the millions that's really going to anchor their wealth. So that's that. Now, real briefly, I'm going to talk to you about something that I think every person needs to know. And that is the importance and the power of affiliate marketing. What is affiliate marketing? Affiliate marketing, simply explained, is the ability to promote existing products that someone else has created, whether it's products, whether it's services, uh, whether it's offers. You know, you can do CPA, cost per action, promotions where you're getting somebody to sign up for something, whether you're getting them to buy something, sign up for something, take a service, whatever. There are different places you can sit up and get paid by lead. You can get paid by purchase. You can get paid percentage of purchase, which is commission. There's so many platforms that are built for commission junction, bounty, ClickBank, so many other uh, so many other different ways. What I want to get you to understand, and when I talk about my 7-day online business course, that link is in there just in case you want to sign up for that course, where you get a step-by-step process on how to create an online business to promote yourself, your business, or someone else's. But here's the beauty I like about affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing allows you to promote a product or service. You don't have any back end responsibilities or costs. What does that mean? That means I'm going to promote something else. Say, for instance, Tom is selling something, and I decide I want to sign up to be an affiliate for Tom. Tom is handling customer service. Tom is handling any refund requests. I can research Tom to find out the credibility of what he's selling. I can research his product. Once I become comfortable that I'm promoting something that I can stand behind, then I promote it. Once a person clicks that link, I'm done. Now, there are different places. Amazon offers affiliate promotion. I'm not sure if Walmart still does, but I know Amazon does. Uh, a bunch of big companies do it, but then you got these places like Max Bounty, ClickBank, Commission Junction, and others that do it. There are also some culturally based, ethnic based, like uh, urban intellectuals will pay you a percentage of the sales they get that when you promote their African American history flashcards. I've been promoting those flashcards for probably about 5 years for urban intellectuals. And it's not going to make me rich, but it's something that I've got on sites that people go to anyway. The ad is there. If they decide they want to see it, they can. And doing Black History Month, which is next month, that sales will automatically go up for those because people are just naturally going to be, Black people are going to be naturally inclined. And some other people that aren't Black will be naturally inclined to purchase stuff that's associated with Black history. So that's just one thing. So it's out there. Then the Gash, which is an African American owned, Black owned custom shoe design company. I've promoted for them before, and obviously I promote for the bigger companies that are more broader customer basis because that's going to be the easier sale. Now, again, this isn't a get rich quick scheme. This isn't about finding something. This is about, number one, first and foremost, if you already have income, it's about hedging the income you have to protect against loss. We are in situations where people are every day getting laid off. I talked, remember I said I reached out to people were laid off. I have friends who have been laid off. I have friends who are having to take pay cuts, and on and on. And so what do you do to work against these? You create multiple streams of income that in most instances are going to be automated. Why? Because you're one person and you can't be in 50 million different places at one time. And I can tell you that personally because I've tried. And that's one of my biggest challenges. I'm Mr. I can do it, and nobody can do it better than me. And I catch myself bottlenecking a lot because I want to have my hands on it. And after a certain point of growing something, you can't do that. So you gotta let stuff go. You gotta trust people. You gotta hire people. You gotta bring people in. And we're gonna talk about scaling and all that other stuff in different times. But right now, I want to get you to focus on how you hedge income. Now, if you've lost a stream of income, or you currently don't have it, or you currently looking to move out of a current situation and move into a different, affiliate marketing is great. Again, you don't have to have your own business. You don't have any of the back end expenses. See, one of the things with Visionetics Institute, Master Fitness 21, Odyssey Media Group, and a couple of the other primary entities that I operate is I'm responsible for delivering the service. So I'm not just selling it, I'm fulfilling it, Then on the back end, I'm servicing the customer, dealing with any issues, any management, and all of this. So that's got to be done. All of this is cost intensive. It costs. So you've got to manage all of that, but that's part of being in a business. Front end, customer acquisition. Uh, Engagement is fulfillment, making sure the customer's getting what they want, making sure you're delivering the product at a high quality, high capacity. You're delivering results. Then it's on the back end, which is the most important. And people don't forget, customer acquisition is important. You need customers. Delivering and fulfillment is important because that sets your reputation. That tells people who you are. That sets your credibility. But customer retention, customer loyalty, by way of engagement, by way of creating the proper customer experience, especially now with everybody having access to the internet. Everybody has access to what everybody else is getting, what everybody else is offering. So now it's not just about I'm giving you what you asked for. It's how I'm giving it to you. It's the process through which I'm giving it to you. It's how much access you have to me. It's got to be an experience, the buying experience now. That's what people are looking for, and everybody's shopping online. So here's the thing. Even brick and mortar businesses have to have online presence. Why? Because every 85% of first purchases are now searched out on the online before they're made. The drive-by traffic is dying because now I can sit up and say, hey, what's the best place to get? I can literally ask Google, what's the best place? And Google's going to give me a list based on the keywords that I use for that search. And I'm going to get a list of answers, and I can go in, I can look at customer reviews, I can look at a bunch of stuff. So then that customer experience is going to create longevity. Longevity is held by customer retention. How long can you keep somebody in your funnels? How long can you keep somebody as a loyal customer? And then you have things where, whether it's selling cars, whether it's selling clothes, whether it's selling packages and programs and things like I do, you got this thing where they've been with you for a while, and even when they feel like, okay, I've maxed, now they're sending people to you. Old-fashioned referrals are great because they require the least amount of selling. I love somebody to pop up to me and say, hey man, so-and-so told me that you do this and this and this, and that this is what you charge. I want to work with you. Because the next word out of their mouth, once I say I'm willing to work with them, is, okay, where do I send the money? Versus going out, getting a new customer and having to tell them why they should work with you. But that's going to all depend on this funnel. How are you handling them? How are you escalating? And that's the other thing about business. What you want to do is you want to bring them in, and then you want this staff step of escalation. Well, here, I'm going to bring you in and I'm going to work with you here. And then when you get them there and they start to really trust and believe on you, here's what I can do for you also. And then you keep them in that funnel and you constantly, but now here's the thing. Every time you upsell, you also have to deliver. You're making bigger and bigger promises. Can you deliver? The big thing is, can you deliver? Can you get them what they want? All of this stuff is true. Now, that's all great. Here's the beautiful thing about affiliate marketing. Once again, I don't have to do none of that. All I got to do is convince them to click the link. If they go and they buy, I get paid. Or if they go and they fill out a form, I get paid if that's CPA. CPA marketing is a form of affiliate marketing where sometimes all you're trying to do is get somebody to fill out a form. It may be an insurance company. They just want them to come put their phone number, their name, and their email address. And you'll get paid. Probably not a whole lot, maybe $1.50, $2 per lead. But all you did was post a link. And if you create content, now you get to monetize the content on social media. Something else I teach in the 7-day online business launch. Again, that link is in there as well. The 7-day online business launch, I teach that relevant content is always going to be premium on the internet because relevant content is always going to get the attention of Google. And while we've had many search engines, Google now owns the 2 top most powerful search engines in the world, which is Google and YouTube. Now, it used to be Bing, owned by Microsoft, and once upon a time, Yahoo used to be a search engine, and Google just blew it out the way. Google is the most powerful force on the internet. Why? Because everybody's looking for something that doesn't know if they don't have the URL in their hand, they're searching it, and they're using certain keywords, and Google is crawling. Now, there are a bunch of other search engines out there. And depending on what you look on, you can find highly specified search engines that are solely about what it is you're looking for. And they're going to give you more specified searches. They're going to narrow your searches. You're going to get a bunch of stuff out the way. But Google is the go-to. Everybody's using it. When somebody wants this, where can I find this? They're going to Google. Well, the more relevant content you put out, the more consistently you put content out, the more trustworthy your content, the more responsive your content, the more people are going to be directed, and the higher page ranking you're going to get on Google. This is SEO 101. SEO gets deep, but SEO 101 is relevance. Is how relevant, when Google crawls you, how relevant you are. Now, obviously on Google now, if you notice, if you put in something on Google and you go to search, the first 3 slots are going to have the word ads next to it. Means that somebody bid it for the first, second, third, and sometimes it's even 4 slots. But the first, second, and third, and sometimes 4 slots are bid for, meaning people literally bid per click on that spot, meaning that they're saying they're willing to pay X amount of cents or dollars per click. And so based on that, they get that spot. Now, there's also other forms of Google ads and a bunch of other things. Also, Google AdSense is a way for you to monetize your content as well while you're promoting certain links. Now, I'm real careful because, again, you don't want to confuse people. You don't want to give them a whole bunch of choices. So overloading your page with ads, number one, is actually going to get you a knock from Google, because Google going to see it as you're just pushing ads. You don't have relevant content. Number two, you don't want them to have to choose between too many things, because what a person will actually do when hit with too many choices, they'll bounce. A page bounces when they show up and then they get there and they don't stay long and they leave. You don't want them bouncing off your page. You want them to consume the content, get an idea of what they want, and make a decision. So you want to keep it simple, but you can also do that in variation. And I'll teach all that stuff in the 7-day online business launch. But what I want to get you focused on is there's absolutely no person who has a relative understanding of communication. You got to be able to communicate either by writing, by audio, by vision, or you need to be able to curate content. This is the beautiful thing, is sometimes it's not even your content. You can curate content in so many different ways. I actually provide content through a number of curation sites. I write content that other people can buy, because everybody's not a writer. Everybody's not. And so again, there's so many different places that, again, you can have bottleneck log too. One of the things I have to protect myself against all the time is there's so many different ways I can go. And sometimes you get so fixated, I want to do this, I want to do this and do this. You spread yourself too thin and you don't get the quality you want. Sometimes you can get so center focused on one thing that you don't look out and see all the other things that can be happening. And there's this balance that you have to create when you have all these things moving at one time, to where everything is getting the right amount of attention. And it takes experience, it takes trial and error, it takes so many different things in order for you to find this thing. And it's an ongoing process. Nobody's totally mastered it. Some people have gotten exceptionally good at it. But when I talk about affiliate marketing, I'm talking about something that you can do that allows you to get in the game, learn the game, while promoting something that you don't have to service on the back end. Now, me personally, I want to encourage everybody to develop something that's you, something that comes from you, because there's something on the inside of you that blesses the world, whether it's been crushed, whether it's been covered up with stress and worry and strife and bruised and beaten because of what you've gone through as a child, as an adult. It's there. There's a gifting on the inside of you that will speak to people. Proverbs says that your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. What does that mean? That your gift in of itself will create spaces for growth, expansion, abundance, and impact. You're here to make an impact on this world. In the accumulation of wealth, that should be a desire to impact the world, to use it to definitely secure yourself and secure your family, but at the same time be able to use what you have built to touch lives, to give people permission to step from behind the corners and the trees and the ducks and all the things that they're hiding behind, and actually move into something greater. You have a responsibility to do that. And when you do that, you find that there's a sense of fulfillment that comes with it. But with affiliate marketing, you're able to sit there and go, you know what? I like this. I'm going to promote it. And then there's so many different ways to promote it. There's social media, there's blogging, there's vlogging, and then there's so many different places you can vlog on. You got Rumble, you got YouTube, you got Vimeo. You got these places that you can literally put out there. There's so many content creators that help you put stuff together. If you're not a good writer, if you don't like being in front of the camera, there's so many different tools you can use that will help you get your message out and help you do what it is that you need to be doing. So in essence, what I want you to do is focus on the idea that there's something out there. If you are a person who doesn't have at least two independent streams of income, meaning independent of anyone else controlling whether you work it or not. If you can be fired from it, it's not independent. If you can be laid off from it, it's not independent. You need at least two independent streams of income to supplement your primary income. And if you are providing your own primary income, like me, you still need multiple streams of income. And one of the best ways to do that is through affiliate marketing. Why? Again, you can automate that. You don't have to put a whole lot of time, energy, and effort into servicing it. And you're going to pretty much get what you put out there. It's competitive. It requires consistency. It requires a level of it requires a level of understanding. And the thing is, what I have done and what I'm trying to help people do, especially with the 7-day online business launch, is take you through a process that took me years to master in a couple of sittings, because the course is self-paced. It's meant for a person to get it, read it, and follow the steps. But I'm giving you access to me. I'm giving you actually access to me. If you look at it, you click the link, you'll find out you're going to actually be able to have access to me. You're going to have a sit down with me, plus you're going to have access to me by way of email, to where I'm going to walk you through the steps. I'm going to make sure you get up and get running. I'm going to answer your questions. I am the person who shortens your curve, because trial and error, anybody can do it, but trust me, it's way more information out there than when I started. So trying to find the right information, because everybody is trying to find the right information, trying to find what's going on out there. Now, what I can tell you is that Google helps, because Google is going to be looking at relevant content, credibility, you know, and a bunch of other things when it crawls sites, and it's called indexing. When it indexes a site, it's looking for what's on the site. It's looking for credibility. It's amazing how fast this can be done. Sites are being indexed on a regular basis. If you have a site, it's been crawled multiple times, depending on how it's up. Mine's been crawled millions of times. And it's just finding out what's on there. Also, what I can tell you is you're going to get a higher ranking if you consistently keep new content, new relevant content. Number one is it's going to help you in two ways. It's going to help your ranking, but it's also going to help you in customer engagement and visitor engagement. Why? Because if you have a static site, people come there a few times, they see it, they like it, but it's going to be the same thing when they come back. Eventually, they stop coming. But if you've got something there every week, twice a week, even every other week, I'm real big on having a minimum of one new piece of information, whether it's a video, whether it's an article, whether it's an infographic. There's so many different ways to do that. I'm real big on having at least one per week. I normally try to do two, but I have a number of different sites, like I said, Master Fitness 21, the Visionetics Institute, so many others. And then I have clients whose sites I manage, so I've got to get their stuff squared away as well. So what I'm trying to get you to understand, and then I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, is that your financial future is in your hands. It doesn't mean that it's easy. It doesn't mean that everything falls into place. The Legacy Wealth Program is a 6-month mastermind course. And also you get a lifetime membership to the Epic Realm community of high achievers. These are people, almost all of them. I'm trying to think of somebody who, one person hasn't worked with me, but my work inspired them to do what they did. So they followed me without actually working with me via my content, and it inspired them to do what they do. So they're in there. But everybody else is people who have worked with me and gone on to do things beyond what they initially thought they can do. And now they're all in one area, and we're bringing people in, and we are fanning their flames, encouraging them, lifting them. We got Q&A sessions once a week. And that's picking back up next week. We're going to have Q&A sessions. Most of the time I'll lead them, but there's everybody. I mean, we got CEOs, grant writers, psychologists, nurse practitioners with mental health emphasis, and so much more. Insurance agency owners, interior designer, a bunch of stuff that people just decided they want to do something with their lives and were bold enough to step out and work with me. All of them were, except like I said, for the one person who followed me for obviously years. And they didn't let me know until they just came to me one day and told me, and then we kind of connected and started working together. But everybody else has worked with me more than once. So more than one platinum package, so several years. And the thing is, I want to help as many people as I possibly can. So again, if I had to advise anybody to pick one thing to do out of all the things that I offer, it would be Legacy Wealth. Why? Because after 6 months, you will be able to pick up your briefcase and walk out and make moves. You will understand how the game is played. You will understand the things that the average person thinks that works against them. You will understand how and what to do and when to do it. Yeah, you're not going to have a never lose blueprint because it doesn't exist. The best lose. But you're going to have, if I play this game consistently over time in life, I win, my family wins, my future progeny win. I set the course and the path for the destiny of those who depend on me. It's a process. I can't explain and stress that enough. It's about understanding. It's about gaining knowledge. Most people lose because they don't understand how things work. It's that simple. When you don't understand the rules, you will get handled. You will get exploited. You will come out on the losing end of a zero-sum game. So if you're going to win, you got to know how to play the game. You got to know with whom to play the game. You got to know what times and situations you want to be involved in specific games. So again, I hope that this empowers you. I hope it encourages you. I hope it gives you a sense of awareness of some of the things that are going on. But let me tell you something. Your financial future is your responsibility. I wish I could tell you that I had all the answers and you just do this and do that and everything's going to work. I'm telling you it's work. I'm telling you it's a constant amount of, the thing is, things have changed so much over the last 15 years. It used to be you can learn something and that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Technology has changed the game. And technology is evolving so rapidly that what's the hot thing today won't be tomorrow. And because of that, how we process information, how we move information, how we engage, and how we do things, those things change. There was a point in time where television revenue, television ad spends, radio ad spends, print ad spends were the things of the day. Most companies now are investing heavily in social media. And they flip the budgets upside down. Social media is the most cash heavy expenditure. Obviously you got big companies spending a lot of money, but if you pay attention, look what's happening on social media. And that is what I want to put on you. Wyona, you make a valid point. My mantra is I never quit. Resilience is the name of the game. Resilience is how you get there. It's not how much you know. You need to know as much as you possibly can. And your goal every day should be to learn something new. I challenge you that. That's something when I wake up in the morning, it's thank you. First words out of my mouth every morning. Thank you. The next thing is I'm built for this. The next thing is I will intentionally grow today. I will not come back to this bed because I've said all this before I've ever put my feet on the floor. Thank you. And I'm built for this before I put my feet on the floor. And I said, I will not come back to this bed the same man. I'm going to learn something. I'm going to grow in some kind of way. I'm going to become better than I am because as I grow, my capacity expands. As my capacity expands, my capability of doing things and becoming whatever it is I desire to become is there. You don't get what you want in this world. You don't get what you want in this life. You know what you get? Who you are. So if you are not getting what you want, it's because you're not yet the person that can produce it, that can create it, that can manifest it. So what do? You got to become it. The question is, what are you becoming? What are you intentionally becoming? See, I know the things I want in life. I know the things I want to do. So what am I doing? I'm investing in me. Financially, I'm investing in me. Emotionally, I'm investing in me. Knowledge-wise, wisdom-wise, I'm surrounding myself with people who can give me insight into the person that I need to become by either modeling it for me or sharing their experiences with me. But what I will not do is sit back and just play safe and just be satisfied because I got a little bit more than that person, or I didn't think about, I got a little bit more than that person, or I am doing better than the average person, or I am better than I used to be. No, see, every day I got to be better than I was yesterday. That's what I wake up with. Hey, I will not come back to this bed the same man that woke up this morning. I can't do it. Will not happen. Will not allow it. I'm going to engage something. I'm going to read something. I'm going to watch something. I'm going to learn something from somebody, something, somewhere that shifts me because I'm going somewhere. I'm not content in a way that I'm complacent. I'm never like looking down on myself. I feel that I've done more than the average person will ever do in their lifetime. But that's not enough for me. And it has nothing to do with me thinking I'm better than anybody. I tell every last person that comes to me, you're just as good as I am. You just need to do what you need to do to get where you're trying to get. That's the thing. I'm never trying to present myself like I'm this special person. And if you pay attention to me, you might learn a little something. No, I'm a person that started out with the same challenges as millions and millions of people. I just decided that they weren't going to stop me. And every day I wake up and I face challenges and I look at them and go, the challenge is actually an illusion. Why? Because the answer exists, and the answer exists in the mind of God, and the mind of God I have access to. So what actually I think is a problem isn't a problem. It's just waiting on me to hear from God with the solution so that I can solve it and I move forward. That's constantly happening in my life. I refuse to lay down for life. So then again, my challenge to you is to stand up and make something happen in your life. My challenge to you is to sit up and say, hey, what are you going to do? And so first and foremost, if you're really truly serious about it, you're not just going to magically fix finances. So many things go into your financial situation, from the way you think, your financial history, the way you view money, so many different things, opportunities, situations. And the thing is, fewer and fewer opportunities are being presented. You got to go out and create them. We talk about all this. We teach things that are simply not being taught in school at any level. From elementary to the PhD level, you're not going to find this stuff in there because it's held for those who really and truly are getting on in life. And some of these people are billionaires with no college degree. So then how do we get there? We've got to learn how to think. We've got to be willing to shift. We've got to be willing to move outside of the paradigms that have so rigidly set the path of our movement over time, because obviously it's not producing the results we want. So again, the legacy wealth mastermind program, the most potent program I'm offering right now. That's my opinion. And it's thousands less than you would spend to work with me for a year. But it will give you what you need to set the course of your life on your own. That's my thing. I'm, like I said, I'm not a licensed advisor, even though I would earn them. And I'm not offering anything for you to invest in. I'm not asking you to invest in anything. I'm asking you to invest in yourself, then sit down and learn. And it won't just be me. I'm going to teach you the things I'm great at. Then I'm going to bring in people who are great at things you need to know and let them teach you. There are just some things you're going to learn. Trust. Oh my God. Everybody needs to know that. Compound growth. You need to understand that. So many things we're not tapping in. And matter of fact, we're moving in the opposite direction in most of this stuff. So that's that. Also, for those of you who are ready to actually take advantage of affiliate marketing, let me show you how to get up and online in 7 days. That's a 7-day online business launch. That link is in the box as well. On that note, I'm out of here. I want to thank everybody who stopped in and shared. I want to thank everybody who is out there saying that this is going to be my year. Let me tell you something. My 21st book is I Am, The Power of Personal Declaration. It's about the things we say, the things we speak. We speak power, whatever. I believe I am are the most powerful words in the English lexicon, because whatever follows sets the course of your life. I am. Whatever you put behind I am is setting the course of your life. So it's important. But let me tell you something. When you say that 2023 is my year, you've got to have a vision of what that looks like. You've got to have a vision that's so clear that you can see it, that you literally have an emotion that's coming from that vision, because the vision is so clear. You need to put it on vision boards. You need to write it down on paper. You need to journal about it. You need to put it on a card, put it in your wallet. You need to have a clear vision of what's going on, because that's going to be the thing you aspire for. But let me tell you something. Once you declare it, you got to have a vision of it. Then you got to start moving toward it. So there's more than just the declaration. The declaration establishes, the Bible says that you shall declare a thing and it shall be established for you. But you also have to move toward it. You got to seize it. You got to take it. You got to take hold of it. That's going to be up to you. On that note, look, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. As I always say, I live my life on full, so that when I leave this place, I die only. My challenges to you is to take on the same philosophy. Don't die on full. Don't die having potential untouched, untapped, unrealized. The world needs you to be on your A game, because there are people who are literally going to be inspired by you. There are people that your advancement, your promotion, your elevation is going to give permission to do the same. So again, it's time to make moves. Stop making excuses. Stop blaming everything else. Stop saying when this happened, when that happened. There is no perfect timing. There's no perfect opportunity. The time is now. Tomorrow's not promised. On that note, I'm out of here. You guys have an unbelievable day. I have enjoyed you.